How's it going, everybody? It's Alan here, and welcome to episode 14 of Only Use Grand Exchange. I have two transactions right off the bat. It was Kawarm Potions Unfinished. The first transaction resulted in a 63k profit, and the second one was a 327k profit. And this is really good money just making the unfinished potions. I'm actually surprised I make such good money, and I think with auto hotkeys I can make up to 3600 of these per hour, so this was about 390k in less than a half hour, so that's really good. Alright, I just made 947 Toadflax potions unfinished, and I profited about 200 or so coins from each of them, so in total this was a 207k profit, so that's really good. And if I take a look at my GE, my Infinity Tops finally sold, and these were from last episode, so if I collect this GP, my cash stack is at 29 mil, and it's been a while since I've had a large cash stack. Ever since I invested most of my money into that item, I've only been messing around with a less than 10 mil cash stack, so it's finally nice to have something large again. So Diamond Bolts crashed recently and I can no longer make money off of them, for now at least, but ever since then I have just been doing a ton more herb lore, cleaning Ranar weeds and making the unfinished potions. So I have three separate transactions. The first one resulted in a 41k profit, the second one resulted in a 44k profit, and then the third one was a 43k profit. When I add all of them up in total, it was a 129k profit, and I'm almost level 62 herb lore as well, so that's pretty good. And it's not the best XP per hour, but I'm making money off of the unfinished potions, so I can't really complain. And also, speaking of Diamond Bolts again, I actually bought an additional 10,000 of them when they crashed, so when they go back up in price, I will have a successful merch, which is pretty good. And then I also have my 11,000 from last episode, just waiting for them to go back up in price, and I'll have even more profits. So this is a really insane profit. Grimy Snapdragons, and all I did was clean them. So 401 of them, bought them for 5,597 coins, and per cleaned one, this was over 300 coins profit. So with this right here was a 132k profit, and right here was a 26k profit. In total, that's 159k in less than 5 minutes just from cleaning these Snapdragons. I did test them again though, and if I try buying them for say 5,850 coins, they won't buy, so I think I'm done here, but still, that's a lot of profit just from cleaning herbs. Well, I just bought 3,000 rubies, and it's really good money just to cut them, and it's very AFKable, so I hope to make some good money off of them. Anyways, I have my first few flips of the video. Krill's Crossbows, these had a 20k margin for a 261k profit, and Green Party Hats had a 4k margin. This was a 165k profit. They all finally sold the 21,000 diamond bolts that I had. Last episode I made 11,000 of these, and I spent 4.5 mil on the materials, and this was a 717k profit, and then the additional 10,000 that I bought for 454 each was a 240k profit, so really good money off of diamond bolts. And then I also have some Sears rings as well. These had a 21k margin for a 152k profit. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but it's pouring outside right now. Holy crap. Anyways, I have a Snapdragon potion profit, 66k off of 300 of them. But these diamonds, I bought 916 of them for 2.039 mil, sold them for 2.3 mil, meaning that this was a 268k profit. And I think I can cut about 1,000 or so in an hour. So the fact that I can make almost 300k in 1 hour just from cutting diamonds is pretty impressive. And I just cut 928 more of them. I invested 2.066 mil into them, sold them for 2.338 mil, and in total this was a 271k profit. Like I said before, they are very AFKable. It takes about a minute and a half to cut a whole inventory, so you can make up to like 300k per hour, and this is a very AFKable money making method. Just made another 1,000 Snapdragon potions, and I made 306 coins from each of them, so in total this was a 306k profit, and I'm sensing a lot of herb lore in this episode. Hopefully by the end of the video I will have a pretty high herb lore level, and it will just be through cleaning herbs. I don't think I'll be making actual potions for money, because at my current level I don't think I really can. This time I made 1,000 Avanto potions, and I made 214 coins off of each of them, so this was a 214k profit, and I'm getting really close to advancing another herb lore level. Well, Snapdragon potions are still really good to make, and I made 260k off of 1,000 of them. So I can't really complain about this. I can make up to 3,600 potions in 1 hour, so this is still really good money. I swear, I can't stop making these potions. They are just so profitable. So 2,000 Avanto potions, and I believe I made 215 coins off of each of them. So this was a 430k profit, and I think I will take a break from herb lore for right now. I'm going to see what else is profitable on the Grand Exchange, whether it's actual flipping, or I might even try some diamond bolts again, but I'll see in just a second. I'm not sure why diamond bolts or 519 coins. That's what I sold these for. So I just made 11,000 of them, and I spent 4.8 mil on the materials, and this was a 835k profit. Absolutely awesome for this item. Have no idea why they're 519 coins, but still pretty good. And another round of 11,000 diamond bolts, and I spent 4.8 mil on the materials again, and they sold for almost 5.4 mil, and this was a 543k profit. So with these diamond bolts, I didn't necessarily make them, I actually merged them. For some reason, they crashed to 422 coins each, and I sold them for 490. So that is 68 coins, that's the margin, 10,987 of them. This was a 747k profit. I have no idea why they crashed so much. I mean, down to 422, that's usually the price you would see regular diamond bolts at, but the enchanted ones, I have no idea. So this was just a really good profit. This one's kind of interesting. All I did was buy admin bolts and diamond bolt tips to make just regular diamond bolts, 3,541 of them, and this was a 141k profit. So here is the first huge flip of the episode, Infinity Bottoms, and I must say they took a long time to sell. I want to say maybe over a week. So 5 of them, I spent 5.6 mil on them, and they sold for almost 5.9 mil. That was a 1.463 mil profit, really good. And then 7 Sears rings, these had a 14k margin for a 103k profit. And here is another insane flip, Grimy Kuarms, and I bought them for only 23.49 coins each. I sold them for 26.20. 3,000 of them resulted in a 813k profit. Again, I have no idea why some certain items are crashing, just like the diamond bolts from earlier. Same thing with the Kuarms right now. This is just really good money, really good investment overall. Just flipped the Torag's hammers, and they only had a 9k margin for a 133k profit, but it took me a while to find a decent Barrows item, so I can't really complain with it. And then Guthan's chain skirts, these had an 11k margin, and this was a 159k profit. So I just decided to clean some Aventos, and I bought 1,459 of them, and this was a 255k profit, really good, and I can clean, I think, somewhere between 7,000 to 10,000 herbs an hour, so this is really good money. And they are still really good, 2,133 of them this time around, 173k profit, not as much as the first set, but still really good money. Another 2 Barrows items, let's take a look at Derek's plate bodies. These had a 15k margin for a 220k profit, and then Torag's plate legs had a 17k margin for a 234k profit. Well, I just cleaned 10,000 Grimy Cadentines, and they had a 42 coin margin, and 10,000 of them resulted in a 420k profit, and I find it a little odd that I'm cleaning herbs and I just made 420k. Maybe there's a little bit of Illuminati confirmed in there, I'm just kidding. Anyways, I have a Rims Robe Tops. These had a 13k margin for a 189k profit, and I just bought 14 Guthan's plate bodies for 248k. I will sell them for 266k, and this will be a 252k profit. A pretty big investment, but I didn't get the best profit. It was Varek's plate skirts. They only had a 34k margin. This was a 486k profit. Usually I would expect to make more, but I guess it's not bad. And I just cleaned 3,874 Irrit leaves, and this was a 443k profit. And I had no idea cleaning herbs would be such good money. Usually you would never expect for them to make money, but they do. And this was a pretty large profit, 6,131 unfinished Irrit potions, and this resulted in a 1.4 mil profit. Absolutely awesome for this item. Really good money. This is the first time I've ever flipped Magic Fangs, and it wasn't a bad profit whatsoever. So they had a 48k margin for a 438k profit, and they have a buy limit of 10, but I did buy one just to test what the margin was, which is why I only flipped 9 of them. I just spent all day cutting rubies, and I cut 8,000 of them. I just sold 100,000 ruby bolt tips. It's crazy to think I actually did this, and it cost me around 9 mil. They all sold for 10.5 mil. This was a 1.6 million GP profit. And now I just cut 8,000 diamonds as well, but this was a fat profit. So 8,000 of them cost me about 18.1 mil. They all sold for 21.1 mil. This was a 2.9 million GP profit. Like, I can't even believe I made that much just cutting diamonds, and it's super AFKable. Like, you could spend a whole day doing homework or doing something else, just cutting diamonds, and you just made 3 mil in one day. It's insane. And then I cleaned 1,732 Irrit leaves. This cost me around 1.4 mil, and this was a 199k profit. Instead of cutting diamonds, I finally decided to flip them, and they had a really good margin. So 2,438 of them, I spent about 5.3 mil on them, and they sold for 5.8 mil. It was a 470k profit. Next up is Lantidimes, and I cleaned 3,240 of them, and this was for a 305k profit. And I just want to say something really quick. If any of you are confused what I'm buying and selling items for, be sure to check the description of this video. I actually have all of my transactions listed on there. I used to actually have them on the videos, if you guys remember, maybe like from episodes like 8 or 9 of this series, but now I have them in the description, so be sure to check that out. Anyways, I have Quorum Potions unfinished. That was a 565k profit, and then the Snapdragons, I just cleaned those, and that was a 355k profit. This was a pretty nice one. Cadentine Potions unfinished. I spent almost 2 mil on the Grimy Cadentines, and this was a 696k profit. And now I finally have a flip. I felt like I've been doing Herblore for most of this video. Durox Plate Legs, these had a 14k margin for a 203k profit. This item right here is officially the highest return of the series. It's Dragon Scale Dust. But first, let me kind of explain the backstory. So I'm looking at Herblore one day. I click here. And I'm just scrolling down, looking at all of the different potions I can make, so I come across like super defenses and blah blah blah. Then I come across anti-fire breath potions, so it's one Lantidime and a ground blue dragon scale, and it obviously loses money. I thought maybe it would make some. So I'm looking at ground blue dragon scales, and I'm like, alright, let's try and flip these. So I buy one of them, and it buys for 1 GP. So I'm like, okay. So I buy 5,000, and they all buy for 1 GP each. And then I finally hit my buy limit on the item, and they are still buying for 1 GP. So I spent only 13,000 on them, sold them for 49 coins each, and this was a 624k profit. I actually posted on my Twitter that I bought them for 2 GP each, but I looked at the transaction and it was actually 1. Like, how did I make so much money off of them? That's just insane. Wow. This was the first time I ever flipped Trident of the Seas, and this was actually an overnight offer, so I don't know what the buy limit is. I just placed an offer in for 12, and they had a 118 coin margin for a 1.4 mil profit. I'm actually really satisfied off of it, but they did take a while to sell, a few days or so. But 1.4 mil off Trident of the Seas, I can't go wrong with that. That was pretty nice. And then I have Avanto Potions, 3,700 of them. I spent 8.8 mil on the Avantos. They all sold for 10 mil. It was a 1.1 mil profit. This is the first time I have flipped Circles in a while, and they had a 23k margin for a 164k profit, and they actually all bought and sold very fast. And I was actually surprised. So 164k, honestly, in less than maybe 20 minutes, not bad. Here is a really good Lantidime Potion profit. 7,000 of them. I can't believe I made all of these. Spent 6.7 mil on the herbs, and they all sold for 8.7 mil. This was a 2 million GP profit. Just insane. I swear, I'm on a roll today, and I'm just making so much money off of herbs, and just with the Herblore skill overall. So 4,006 Cadentine Potions unfinished, and I spent 4.3 mil on the herbs, and they didn't sell for 5.5 mil, they actually sold for 6 mil above the price I had set them for. That was a 1.6 mil profit. And then Warrior Rings had a 21k margin for a 129k profit, and then Durox Plate Bodies had a really good one, 34k margin for a 479k profit. Instead of actually cleaning these Snapdragons or making them into the potions, I actually flipped them. So I spent around 22 mil on the herbs in total. I had to buy them at different prices, and they all sold for 23.8 mil roughly. This was a 1.4 mil profit. I'm actually really surprised by this item, Dwarfweed Potions. 6,500 of them, and they all instant sold after about 5 minutes or so. So I spent roughly, I think, maybe 11.6 mil on them. Yeah, 11.6 mil. They all sold for 13 mil on the dot, and this was a 1.4 mil profit. Guys, I swear, I'm done. I'm just making too much money off of Herblore. 9,000 Cadentines, and I cleaned all of these, and I sold them for the 1,337 coin amount. Spent 10.2 mil on the herbs in total, and this was a 1.9 mil profit. Just, I have no comment. This was a good Durox Plate Body flip. It had a 50k margin for a 603k profit, and surprisingly, I had placed this offer, and after I think like 10 minutes, I bought 12 instantly. So I decided to cancel the offer. I originally was buying 14, and I just sold what I had. So 600k in less than like 20 minutes again. Like, that's ridiculous. I wonder how much money I'm going to make off of Cadentines. I bought 815 Grimy Cadentines for I think 590k in total. Yeah, 590, and they all sold for 1.085 mil, not even the price I had set them for. This was a 495k profit. Oh my freaking gosh. Holy crap, guys. Alright, wait till I tell you about this one. I bought 5,335 grimy snapdragons for 29.6 mil. Okay? Now, I just sold them at 5,950 coins. They all sold above that price. 34.6 million GP. I did the math. This was a 4.9 mil profit. Actually, 4.989 mil. Almost 5 mil. Are you freaking kidding me? I have no idea why they sold for so much. I didn't even buy them for that much. I bought the Snapdragons around 5,500 coins. They had to have sold the potions themselves for at least 6,500 coins each. And I think on that note, I am going to end the episode here, and I am currently level 77 Herbler, and I can officially clean every single herb in the game, which is pretty awesome. I haven't tried Torstals yet, but maybe eventually I will. Everything else is pretty much the same. I haven't really leveled up anything a whole lot. My fire making and magic are the same. So right now, the moment of truth, let's calculate my entire bank in Grand Exchange. Well, actually, I took the liberty of calculating my bank already. So you can see I currently have an 11 mil cash stack and just a bunch of different items. I still have my Sarah plates, Mud Battle Staves, a lot of white berries, 6,800 of them, Guthan's plates, Guthan's chain skirts, just a whole lot of stuff in here. And this all came to be about 34 mil. So now let's go to my Grand Exchange, and I just have a lot of items in here. So I got 40 circles, I'm buying these, and I think I'm just going to leave all 40 in here just to buy because they're actually currently crashing 241k. And when I flipped the circles earlier in the video, those were around like 300 something k. So I don't know why they're crashing. Maybe there's an update or something that's coming out and circles will be kind of useless again. Because I know there was an update and they increased in price a lot. But I'm just going to leave these here. We'll see how many I can buy. I already bought 7. So I think I hit the buy limit. Anyways, let's plus 9640000. That gets us 43.6 mil. 6,000 grimy snapdragons. I'm buying these again. I'm going to see if I can make another awesome profit. So plus 33,900,000. That is 77.5 mil. Guthan's chain skirts, I only need one more to sell, so plus 4,854,500. It's 82.4 mil. Magic Fangs, hopefully these all sell pretty soon. Plus 11,049,750. 93.4 mil. Let's do this again. Plus 5,162,500. That is 98.6 mil. And then the Cadentine potions plus 10,622,295 equals 109.2 mil. Oh my gosh, I am just absolutely stunned by this number. And next week will be the 3-month anniversary of this account, so I made 109 mil in less than 3 months. Just really amazing. I finally broke the threshold, and I'm only going to start making more and more money now in each and every single one of my episodes. And you guys saw for like the whole second half of this video, I kept making 1 mil profits from certain transactions like it was nothing. It was absolutely awesome. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'm so sorry I'm getting it out so late. For over the last month, I just had a lot of school distractions and finals and exams and just a lot of things going on. I know prom took up one of my weekends, and what did I last upload my last video? I think it was like 26 days ago. That's a long time, so I am so sorry about getting this episode up so late, but it is summertime now. I am officially graduated, and hopefully I can bust out these episodes like it's nothing. I will also have the vlog coming out pretty soon for 9k subs. We did hit that, so thank you all so much for that as well. And then Clue Score Perfectionist will be making a return pretty soon, and hopefully I can just get to those videos. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to smash that like button, and if you have any suggestions for this series or just any feedback in general, be sure to leave it down in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe to my channel for more of these videos. And also, be sure to follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Links can be found for those in the description below. Anyways, thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you all later.